Hey, Aquarius, baby, let's see what you got going on. This own self, root girl. Some of y'all got to get back to the root of the problem. The root of... y'all got to... With this root girl, there's reconciliation, protecting the future, and opportunity. Aquarius. Y'all got to get back to the roots. To your roots. Before life got in the way, who were you as a kid? What were your likes? What were your interests? What did you love doing? Some of y'all have disowned a part of yourself, or you have disconnected with a part of yourself. With this reconciliations coming out, some of y'all need to reconcile with the part that you have put to rest. You kind of need this. If it's your inner child, if it's your masculine energy, your feminine energy, I don't know your life, baby. Your shadow side, I'm also getting, it's like you got to go back to the root. Why did you stop doing what you do that you love doing? Why did you stop? You're going to have to get back to the root of the problem. And it's deeper. Your soul wants to reconnect. You, in order to move forward, because it says protecting the future, in order to move forward and take on this opportunity, in order to evolve, you see this cat, what the hell is this girl? Job. You see the evolution. It says caterpillar. Caterpillar. You see the evolution. To get to the best version of yourself, you're going to have to go back to the past and grab this person. Does that make sense? I'm about to get the book. Where the book at? Not in here. Of course it's not. Oh, right here. Root girl. 46. You got to go back to the beginning. 4 and 6 is 10. I can't make this shit up. You got to go back to the beginning. You lost a part of yourself that you have to go back and get. Or remember. The disowned self. Hidden beauty and the need for acceptance and love. Blah, 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 blah. Could this be the one part of you that reintegrated can lead you to wholeness and true purpose? This is a part of you, the embodiment of a deeply flawed perception of your failures manifesting as guilt and shame. When you project envy onto others or any emotional instinct that you've learned to repress or deem unnatural, it's this homeless child self crying for attention, acceptance, and love. You want to lash out, ignore it, push it aside, all the while refusing to acknowledge this ugly quality as belonging to you. Didn't I say shadow side? Some of y'all have to figure out why you do what you do or what you have done. And why did you do it? What is the root cause? Getting back to the basics. The roots. Your soul is crying, baby. It's crying. You're going to have to connect the dots. In order to go towards the future with this dragon sword. There's an opportunity for growth, for evolution, if you get back and acknowledge. Acknowledge the hurt little girl in you, the hurt little boy in you, the little girl and the little boy who nobody cared for or neglected. You're going to have to go back and acknowledge. And that book, what it was explaining was basically, you have discounted that part of you just as others have discounted that part of you. But if something comes up and triggers basically triggers that childhood trauma or triggers that childhood wound that you've had, if that was neglect or it's people not listening to you or people not seeing you, recognizing you, supporting you, appreciating you. It rears its ugly head at the most inopportune times. You got to acknowledge that you weren't. Something happened. You have to acknowledge your past in order to move towards your future. That makes sense? Like the video. Clarify this disowned self. This ain't the deck to clarify that. Or maybe not. It's holding you back. You can't be your full authentic self. It's holding you back by you not acknowledging a part of you. Some of y'all have stopped doing certain things. Anything else, Spirit? Clarify this wailing tree with the reconciliations. Your soul is waiting. Aquarius, y'all got deep. Your soul is waiting for you to acknowledge the deep, dark, embarrassing, what you deem embarrassing parts of your soul. Some of y'all have to go back and acknowledge your past. With this very same deck, I had to acknowledge some childhood wounds. With this very same Shaman's Oracle deck. This deck can get deep. Had me all feeling all hyperventilated. Because you know what came out for me? Was this damn card. I had forgot. I forgot some childhood wounds. I'm 38. I just remembered them this year when this card came out for myself. And it had me hyperventilating, and I went down a rabbit hole of all the ways I was not seen and I was abandoned. How my siblings were seen, but not I. It was insane. So y'all are being asked to do the same. And embrace exactly how you feel. And one of my friends, she's a spiritual gal. Sometimes she goes into it deeper than me. She was like, you should have acknowledged and told your old self, your 12-year-old self, and your 8-year-old self that you're safe now, that you see yourself, that you see her. That makes sense? Some of y'all have to speak up for your inner child, as you may have to speak up for your children later down the line. That's when I started speaking up for myself, when I had to start speaking up for my daughter. Because who else was going to speak up for her but her mother? That's when I started finding my voice. I was forced to go find my voice. Because who's advocating for a newborn at the hospital? Who's advocating for a child at the daycare? They can't talk to me. I have to advocate. I have to sit there and be like, no, something wrong with her. No, you motherfuckers are not going to treat my baby any old kind of way. I'm sorry. I have to advocate for her at school. Now that she's getting older, I'm teaching her to advocate for herself. But do you get what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just not enough, though, to just pour that love on your children or the children that are around you, even if you don't have kids, your nieces and your nephews and the neighborhood kids. Sometimes you really have to go back and acknowledge your inner child. That makes sense? Knight of Swords. Your approach. You have to move swiftly, but don't disregard your future. Don't look at your future at the expense of your past. That makes sense? Like the video. Or comment. That makes sense. Anything else for this Dragon's Sword? The Sun. Your future benefits by you working on this. by you acknowledging the past, by you reintegrating a part of you that you've repressed. Some of y'all just stopped doing art. Yeah, some of y'all just stopped. You just stopped doing what you loved. Because life started beating you up. Some of y'all used to have big dreams. Your imagination was just out of this world, and you stopped dreaming. Some of y'all had some amazing ideas as kids, and someone told you, some ignorant somebody told you couldn't do it, or it was impossible. Whatever you was dreaming about in the past, we still need it here in 2024. I don't know how old you are. It's a new beginning. And it's not cute looking at your past sometimes. It's not cute. I'm not going to even say it. But a judgment has been made. Some of y'all are going to be forced to go back and get the girl that you lost, or the guy that you lost, the little boy. You got to have to go back and get him. A judgment is being called, and justice. You create your own justice by acknowledging this. Things are being illuminated for you, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. That's what some of y'all hold up is. You're not acknowledging certain things that has happened to you in the past. That makes sense? Does that make sense? Anything else for my Aquariuses? Because that was long. Just one of them couple cards. Anything else? Final messages or anything else? Courage, baby. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Like I said, it ain't easy going back and looking at some of your past and digging up things that's happened to you. But sometimes we have to revisit the past in order to move forward. You are not a failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Some of y'all are upset and thinking that you're not where you're supposed to be. And some of y'all do feel like you're a failure. But guess what, baby? You were only working with the tools that you were given. And you tried to do the best you can. Now you have an opportunity, though, to change the narrative. Okay, Aquarius? Comment. I can change my story, change my narrative. I have the courage. There you go. I have the courage to change my story. Judgment. Here it is again. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. And don't consider yourself a failure by comparing yourself to other people. What they have and what they don't have to deal with. The only person you should judge is your old self. Yesterday. That's the only thing you can judge at the end of the day. And let this fear propel you forward. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Some of you have gone through a lot. But freedom, discipline, I can accomplish what I set my mind to. If you are serious about your healing journey, your ascension journey, your awakening, your breakthrough, nothing can stop you. Not even you. All right, Aquarius, if you want a personal reading, email me at abundantempresstarot@gmail.com. Like the video, comment, subscribe if this reading resonated with your soul a little bit or a lot of it. That was a deep read, Aquarius. That was a lot. Until next time, babies, good luck with everything. Bye, y'all.